Hi, this is Binghamton mayoral candidate Gustav Berg. When I heard that Terry Rania and Rich David were going to be on WHRW in pre-recorded interviews, well, honestly, I was a bit offended. Offended that I, a very legitimate candidate to become mayor of Binghamton, New York, was not told that this was happening. I think I deserve to be heard as much as my less likely to be elected mayor opponents. So that's why I recorded this message in the hopes that it would be played on the air on WHRW and the voters can hear what I have to say about the issues. Some would say that Binghamton has its fair share of problems. Okay, all would say that Binghamton has its fair share of problems. But aren't problems the things that make things unique? That makes them great? I know what you're saying. Now, by definition, a fault would make something weaker. But in my estimation, I believe that a fault makes something special. Take a look at your family. Many might find it dysfunctional, but it's the quirks that your family has that makes them unique, that makes you love them. That's what Binghamton is to me. It's a quirky, dysfunctional family with severe alcohol abuse problems, and that's what I love about it. My opponents, Terry Rania and Rich David, are too preoccupied with changing Binghamton, but I don't want to change Binghamton. I want to keep Binghamton the way it is. Hence my slogan, I'm gonna fight for the blight. The blight is what makes Binghamton bright in my eyes. That's some clever rhyming for you. Something my opponents couldn't do because they didn't attend art school for 25 years. I'm not saying I did either, but they didn't. So, Now, let's look at some of my opponent's stances. Rich David wants to put more police on the streets. Really? Aren't our streets crowded enough with barren sidewalks and corpses lying everywhere? Let's not focus on that. We don't need more police. We need the same amount of police. We need to change nothing. I don't understand why people want change. Look at Barack Obama. When Barack Obama took office, he promised change. And where are we now? Nothing gets done in politics. That's because change is bad. Change is not something you should embrace. You should reject change at any chance you get. Embrace what you know, embrace what you love, and that is the decrepit state of Binghamton. Now look at Terry Rania. She wants to do things like create better representation for the people, and I ask, what people? They've all left. They've all escaped before they died. We don't need better representation for the people. We need the same amount of representation. Now I know you may look at the abandoned buildings that line Binghamton streets and think, oh, that's a eyesore, but it's not. It's a solution to the housing problem. Have you ever heard of squatters' rights? I think I heard it on TV once, and I think it applies to this situation. We can give people the homes they so desperately desire after the home next to them blew up because of the meth den in the basement that exploded. Now, my future predecessor, Mayor Matthew T. Ryan, won't be around much longer. And we need a celebrity like Matt T. Ryan in office. Just look at Arnold Schwarzenegger and how popular he was in California. We can't be giving this position to just some no-name Taro Noah or Rutch Duvid. I don't even know who they are. We need a rock star, an actor, a singer, a guitar player, a great person like Gustav Berg to take over the mayor's office, because Matt Ryan was known throughout the city for his slick harmonica playing, his love of watermelons, and his one appearance on WHRW, and he's never coming back because we say some stuff about him, but he was well known, and I'm well known. I'm known throughout this nation as Gustav Berg. Do I need to say anything more? I don't think so. I think the moment I just said the words Gustav Berg, every listener just creamed their pants. But if you're not convinced, let me tell you a little factoid that came true last night. I was endorsed by the one, the only, Dallas Hogan. That's right, Dallas Hogan of Mad Trivia Party fame endorsed me, Gustav Berg, for mayor of Binghamton. Do you really want to go against what Dallas Hogan says is right? I don't think so. I know that the other candidates were lucky to have interviews where a host would ask them questions, so I just want to provide a couple answers to questions that I know I would have been asked had I been given the chance to be interviewed. I'm a Cancer, 7 inches, and no. So there. Now, I'm not going to take up much more of your time here like the other candidates who recorded those long-winded interviews, unless I'm the one who's played first, in which case those candidates who are about to be heard in long-winded interviews. I just want to get my point across that you need to vote for me, Gustav Berg, for mayor of Binghamton, come this Tuesday, November 5th. The polls are open at 6 a.m. and they close at 9 p.m. And you need to write me in because I'm not on the ballot. That's politics for you, folks. And I'm not going to change that, actually. I'm going to keep it the exact same. So people like me can run these grassroots campaign and get written in and beat the oppressive two-party system that I'll keep in place because I'm not about change. But I still want to beat it. So just vote for me. And thank you for having me on the air, WHOW. God bless Binghamton, because you clearly haven't already.